Kids, crazy as ever. Both of them. All of them. Kids is crazier than ever. The boy at one point was looking like a crackhead. Now he looked like he on steroids. Somebody showed me a picture the other day. I thought he was a blow-up doll. And then the girl, she over there sitting at red table talking about she ain't even got no identity as far as what it is that she like and she don't like. You don't know if you like men or women. You don't know. What do you like? And you just like everything. You just, y'all make up words. Y'all embrace it. Y'all start to pattern your life after these dumb motherfuckers. Y'all trying to look like them. You put on butterfly eyelashes. Y'all ain't got a thought to y'all name that y'all can keep for yourself and can't think for yourself unless some celebrity do it. If it ain't on spiritual world, then you don't know what it is. Everything you follow is a part of the algorithm. And now this funky hoe is on the internet talking about what it is and she ain't and we ain't even been married since 2016 and whatever. So, man, let me tell you something. Along with the fact that this chick is out here destroying this man and the fact that y'all dumb as fuck for continuing to follow these people and pattern your life out, I'm not telling you to don't watch their movies. I think that you should be entertained and watch all of their movies because, contrary to popular belief, Will Smith is one of my favorite actors of all time, and he will continue to be. But I'll be goddamned if I'm out here patterning my life after what Will Smith is out here doing as far as how he living his life within his relationships. Will Smith is the biggest simp that I've ever seen in my entire life, much bigger than Steve Harvey. Now, listen, it's a far stretch to say he a bigger simp than Boyce Watkins. But I gotta give him the cake. He up there slapping people on stage for a chick that don't even claim him. I mean, think about it. This funky hoe said that she don't claim this nigga since 2016. Was over here getting fucked on by a nigga that was her son's homeboy. And he up there walking up on stage and, don't you say nothing about my wife. I mean, this man is getting embarrassed left and right. And now she's writing a tell-all memoir. What, you ain't get your allowance for the week? She ain't get her monthly allowance? You ain't in a big house? He kicks you out of Candyland? Don't tell me he kicks you out. Come on, this is the only way that I can make some logic for what it is that she's acting like is that Will had to kick her out of Candyland. The big house? You gonna let him sleep in a big house? The big house. She had to get, dog, it's no logical. The only other logical reason outside of the fact that he had to either cut her off financially, significantly lower her allowance, because I don't know what she bringing into this. I can't do the podcast. I don't know what's going on. I would imagine that they well off. If she's saying that they've been separated since God knows when for the last 7 years, I can't imagine that he's still sending her an allowance. He probably giving her an allowance because, he tried to keep up appearances. But once she was messy Betty, and she let August Alsina come in there and she turned him gay, then he probably cut her allowance a little bit. So she said, okay, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to write a tell-all book. That's the only logical conclusion that I can come up with. I have no evidence of this. This is just what it is that I think. This is my personal opinion. It had to be a cutoff of allowance, something. Now, the only other alternative, and I was thinking about this earlier today. I was in the car and I was riding. And I said, well, what is, because I like to evaluate all possibilities, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to read that super chat shortly. And I'm thinking to myself, what is the other reason? Is there any other reason other than her just being batshit crazy, right? Because there's some crazy ones out here, and y'all think that these people are normal, but they not normal. They sensitive, they read comments, they get emotional, but they be checking out these live streams, they be trying to understand why you're talking about them. They be going back and forth and blocking people on Instagram and all of that. Trust me, I know that these motherfuckers are sensitive. Shout out to Andre Drummond. You still ain't unblocked me since we was talking about your monkey ass out here making rap videos when you should have been shooting in the gym. Keep on showing up to practice overweight, knowing that we had needed you to show up at the Detroit Pistons on time, doing what you're supposed to do, and now you over here pouting, talking about I can't shoot no three-pointers. Yeah, I remember. Don't worry about it. These people are sensitive. They're super. So I'm sitting there and I'm riding in the car and I'm thinking to myself, all right, Anton, use your C student education and let's try to come up with a reasonable conclusion or a theory, hypothesis, an educated guess as to why this woman would write this book. Assuming that Will didn't cut her off and lower her allowance because she fumbled the bag and she was over there throwing the battery in this nigga back and he over there being stupid, because Will is a super simp. So it's a possibility that the money still was rolling into her bank account because, you know, he balling and he getting it and he got Overbrook Entertainment and he doing his thing. He ain't posted to YouTube in a while since he was slapping on Chris Rock, but that's neither here nor there. He gave us the whole video where he was trying to understand himself and he was going through therapy and really trying to figure it all out. And, you know, he did the whole spiel, and you know, it don't work the same way that it did in yesteryear because we got social media and we can communicate our own thoughts and react to this stuff as we see fit, right? And so when you start to think about it from that perspective, I'm like, okay, so what is the alternative? What other conclusion can we come to as to why this woman will possibly write a tell-all memoir and then say publicly to the people that she feels like she's been divorced, yet they said bad marriage for life since 2016, and she's been counting the years, which also is leading to about 8 years, short of that, about 7.5 years, right? So I started putting my C student brain together and I said, aha, I figured it out, right? And I said, listen, the only other alternative and the only way that she could possibly get away with this is if Will was in on it too. I mean, think about it for a minute. It's not that far-fetched, right? If these people have been finessing us, and the only logical conclusion, because they had to know that this kind of backlash would come, and they know that the controversy sells, so they are going to make a lot of money as a result of selling this book. And she probably got a huge advance from the book publisher in order to do this memoir. So most of the time when they reading it, they want you to put something in there spicy in order to get the people going, and they're going to go on this press run, and they already had gave the book over to the people that's interviewing them, so they know what the questions are that they're going to ask, and they over there having conversations, and she's taking them back through Baltimore and all of this other type of stuff. And so I'm like, could she really get away with this without Will knowing it? Absolutely not. But why would she let him do that in order to continue to ruin his legacy and make himself out to be a simp? Could it be that he didn't care? Could it be a retaliation? Is she just that crazy? Is they handlers not paying attention? Is they publicists not advising him? And I said, wait a minute. Anton, don't be that stupid. Don't be that stupid. He got to be in on it too. This is my opinion. This is my thought process. He got to be on it too.